The Bold and the Beautiful. Taylor's deadly rage. Brooke's fall. And Ridge's impossible choice. Chaos ignites this week on The Bold and the Beautiful as a love triangle decades in the making explodes into one of the most shocking, dangerous confrontations in the show's long history. Taylor Hayes, usually the calm, compassionate, composed psychiatrist, finally snaps. After Ridge Forrester once again chooses Brooke Logan over her, Taylor goes past heartbreak, past betrayal, past forgiveness. This time, she doesn't cry. She doesn't walk away. She doesn't pour herself into her work or retreat into silent suffering. This time, she decides to end it all, literally. If Ridge won't choose her, she'll take the choice away. And in a terrifying twist, she takes Brooke with her. It all begins with Ridge's final decision. Ridge, as always, torn between the two great loves of his life, finally makes his choice. Again. And, as he's done so many times before, he chooses Brooke. No matter how much Taylor has loved him. No matter how many second chances she's given him. No matter how many times she's been there while Brooke was chasing other men. Ridge still comes running back to the woman who's broken his heart more times than she's held it. To Taylor, this isn't just another rejection. It's the final betrayal. The end of her patience. The collapse of her sanity. Taylor Hayes is done playing the martyr. She confronts Brooke on the rooftop of Forrester Creations. An elegant, symbolic setting that now becomes the stage for devastation. The women argue. Voices rise. Years of rivalry, bitterness and broken promises come to the surface. Brooke tries to maintain control, but Taylor is shaking with rage. This isn't just a confrontation. This is a breakdown. Taylor is no longer the woman viewers have watched for years. She's something darker. Something dangerous. She tells Brooke that if Ridge won't stop the cycle, she will. And that the only way to end the madness is to take herself, and Brooke, with her. It's no longer about love. It's about ending the story that's destroyed lives, split families, and rewritten history too many times. Then, in a horrifying moment that no one sees coming, Taylor grabs Brooke and pulls her with her over the edge of the rooftop. Screams echo. Security races to the top. Chaos erupts below. Bodies lie broken. Blood pools. Brooke and Taylor, once bitter rivals in love, now lie side by side, unconscious and severely injured, possibly dying. The Forrester family is thrown into panic. Sirens wail. Phones ring. And Ridge is the first to arrive. What he finds is a nightmare. Two women. One past. One future. One choice. Ridge drops to his knees. He can't speak. EMTs demand answers. Who do they treat first? Who gets airlifted? Who lives? Ridge is paralyzed. He looks at Brooke, his destiny, his passion, his addiction. He looks at Taylor, the mother of his children, his moral compass, his oldest friend. And he realizes he may only be able to save one. The flashbacks begin. Scenes from a lifetime with Brooke. Weddings. Kisses. Fights. Forgiveness. The undeniable chemistry. The pull that never fades. Then come the memories with Taylor. Their children. Their resilience. The quiet love that never needed drama to survive, until now. Brooke's body is limp. Blood trickles down her temple. She looks peaceful, almost asleep. But the angle of her limbs says otherwise. Taylor is breathing, but just barely. She's murmuring, something incoherent, lost between pain and psychosis. The EMTs look at Ridge. Time is running out. The trauma helicopter is minutes away, but they can only prep one for immediate evac. Internal bleeding. Head trauma. It's critical. Ridge has to choose. But how do you choose between love and loyalty? Between history and family? Between the woman you always return to and the woman who's always been there? Ridge breaks. He screams for someone else to decide. But no one moves. The cameras close in. His hand trembles over Brooke's face. He brushes her hair back. Then he turns to Taylor. He whispers her name. Then he says it. Take her first. The medics move. Taylor is lifted. Oxygen is applied. The helicopter arrives. Brooke is stabilized but left behind. Ridge follows Taylor into the sky, unsure if she'll survive the flight. Unsure if Brooke will make it without him. But in that moment, he makes a choice. Taylor Hayes. And as the helicopter vanishes into the night sky, the consequences of that decision begin to ripple. Back at Forrester, word spreads fast. Steffi is devastated. Thomas is torn between pride and horror. Eric can barely process what's happened. Donna is in shock. RJ weeps at Brooke's bedside. Hope arrives, screaming at Ridge for abandoning her mother. She demands to know why. Why Taylor? Why not Brooke? But Ridge can't answer. He doesn't know. His heart is shattered. His mind is spinning. He keeps replaying the moment, Taylor pulling Brooke down. Not slipping. Not falling. Pulling. The question grows louder in everyone's minds. Did Taylor try to kill Brooke? Detectives begin asking questions. Witnesses are interviewed. The incident isn't dismissed as an accident. It's a potential crime. And Ridge is now entangled in something far more sinister than a love triangle. While Taylor fights for her life in surgery, her psychiatric records are pulled. Her instability is revealed. Her recent erratic behavior. Her refusal to take prescribed medication. A portrait of a woman on the edge emerges. And Brooke's fall becomes part of an official investigation. If Brooke survives, her testimony will decide everything. If she dies, Taylor may face murder charges. Meanwhile, Ridge is spiraling. Guilt consumes him. Was his indecision the reason this happened? Did he drive Taylor to madness by stringing her along? Did he betray Brooke one too many times? He visits Brooke's bedside. She's in a coma. Machines beep. Nurses hover. Hope refuses to let Ridge touch her. RJ tells his father to leave. But Ridge can't go. He falls to his knees, begging Brooke to wake up. Telling her she's always been his heart. That he didn't mean to choose Taylor, that he panicked. That he's sorry. That he loves her. That he always will. Across town, Taylor wakes. Alive. Groggy. Confused. Then she remembers. And she screams. She demands to know where Brooke is. If she's alive. If she's okay. Her breakdown resumes. She rants about ending the pain. About saving Ridge from himself. About freeing them all. The doctors sedate her. Steffi watches through the glass, horrified. She realizes her mother isn't just hurt. She's gone. Gone in the way people don't come back from. The story is no longer a triangle. It's a tragedy. A woman who loved too much. A man who couldn't choose. And another woman whose fate now hangs in the balance. The fans of The Bold and the Beautiful have never seen anything like this. This isn't a love story anymore. It's a reckoning. And no one, not Ridge, not Taylor, not Brooke, will come out the same. Lives will change. Families will shatter. And when Brooke opens her eyes, if she ever does, the storm will only get worse. Because now it's not about who Ridge loves. It's about who tried to kill her. The Bold and the Beautiful. Surgery, amnesia, and a love torn apart, Brooke's miracle. Taylor's memory loss. And Ridge's crisis of the heart this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. Emotions boil over. Alliances are shattered. And the ever-twisting triangle between Brooke Logan, Taylor Hayes, and Ridge Forrester takes a dramatic turn that no one could have seen coming. Following the shocking rooftop incident that left Brooke and Taylor both critically injured. A wave of medical emergencies, emotional confrontations, and deeply personal revelations changes the course of this iconic love saga forever. This is no longer just about love. It's about survival, identity, and the raw, unfiltered cost of choices made in the heat of passion. It all begins with the fall. Brooke, having been pulled from the rooftop during a heated confrontation with Taylor, is rushed into surgery with internal injuries so severe that she requires immediate, life-saving intervention. Her condition is critical. Broken ribs, a punctured lung, possible liver trauma, the list goes on. She's unconscious. Blood pressure unstable. Every second counts. And while the doctors scramble to prep the OR, a name is called that changes everything. John Finnegan. Finn steps into the surgical theater with the calm precision that saved countless lives. But this one isn't just another patient. This is Brooke Logan, the woman his father-in-law has loved for decades. The woman whose place in Ridge's life has sent shockwaves through every family gathering. Finn pushes all that aside. He's a surgeon first. No judgment. No drama. Just scalpel, skill, and a race against time. Outside, chaos simmers. Ridge, devastated and disoriented, is forced to sign the surgical consent forms as Brooke's next of kin. He hesitates, his hands shaking, but ultimately, he signs. He chooses to fight for her life, even if he can barely breathe through the guilt. His signature is a lifeline, one that may cost him dearly, especially with who's watching. Steffi, his daughter, stands nearby, furious. She sees it differently. To Steffi, Ridge's decision to prioritize Brooke in that moment feels like a betrayal. Not just of her mother, but of everything Taylor's been through. Taylor, the woman lying just a few doors down in a separate hospital room, has her own injuries, a hairline skull fracture, severe concussion, and extensive bruising. She's stable but unconscious. And she needs family too. Steffi steps in, protective, determined, furious. She assumes full responsibility for her mother's care. When Bridget Forrester arrives to oversee Taylor's treatment, Steffi makes one thing clear. Ridge is not welcome in Taylor's room. Meanwhile, as the surgery progresses, Finn performs flawlessly. Every cut, every stitch, every decision keeps Brooke alive. After hours of tense, nail-biting silence, he emerges with the update everyone has been waiting for. The surgery was a success. Brooke is stable. She remains unconscious, but the signs are good. There's hope. Just down the hallway, Taylor opens her eyes. At first, her expression is blank. She mumbles. Her gaze is unfocused. Bridget checks her vitals. But then something strange happens. Taylor's demeanor shifts. Her voice strengthens. She sees Steffi standing over her and asks, "Where's Ridge? Is he coming home for dinner?" Bridget and Steffi exchange a look. It doesn't make sense until Taylor continues. She calls Ridge her husband. She refers to Steffi and Thomas as little kids. She's trapped in the past. Taylor Hayes is suffering from short-term memory loss, a rare but possible post-traumatic condition triggered by the head injury. She believes she is still married to Ridge, that their family is whole, that Brooke doesn't exist in Ridge's life. The heartbreak on Steffi's face is immediate. She knows the truth. She knows her father is tangled in the center of two women's pain. But for her mother's sake, she makes a decision. Taylor cannot be told the truth right now. It would cause confusion, emotional stress, and possibly re-injury. Steffi vows to protect her mother's fragile peace, no matter what. And that means enforcing the ban. Ridge is not allowed to see Taylor. Not until they can figure out how to handle the memory loss and what it means for all of them. But fate has other plans. Because Brooke wakes up, not hours later, not days, just minutes after surgery. It's a miracle. Her eyes open slowly. Her breath catches. Her voice is hoarse but steady. She whispers Ridge's name. He's already by her side, tears in his eyes. Her hand reaches for his, and in that moment, everything seems to freeze. But what Brooke says next is something no one expects. "Don't leave Taylor." The words hit Ridge like a punch. Confused, he leans in. He thinks she's disoriented, maybe delusional. But Brooke repeats it, stronger this time. "Taylor needs you now. Don't walk away from her. Not again. I'll be okay. Just be there for her." It's not bitterness. It's not manipulation. It's genuine compassion. Brooke Logan, fresh out of surgery, puts Taylor's needs before her own. The woman who was dragged over a rooftop railing by Taylor herself, who nearly died, now asks Ridge to stay with the woman who almost killed her. News of Brooke's statement spreads fast. Steffi is stunned. Bridget is moved. Even Finn, hardened by hours in the OR, pauses to process the weight of Brooke's words. Ridge is torn. More than ever. He feels guilt, love, confusion, grief, all crashing down at once. He visits the hospital chapel, looking for clarity. Flashbacks race through his mind. Kisses with Brooke, laughter with Taylor, weddings, breakups, promises, and betrayals. And now, two women lying in hospital beds, both needing him. One has forgotten the truth. The other is asking him to walk away for the sake of peace. There are no easy answers. As the days pass, Taylor becomes more lucid, but her memory gap remains. She refers to Ridge as her husband, calls the Forrester mansion our home, and plans imaginary dinners as though nothing's changed. Steffi plays along, unsure how long the amnesia will last. Thomas visits, unsure what to say. Everyone walks on eggshells. Meanwhile, Ridge paces outside Taylor's room, torn between honoring Brooke's request and his own desire to comfort Taylor in her confusion. At the same time, Brooke begins to recover quickly. Her vitals stabilize. She's walking within days. But she's changed. Calmer. Wiser. She tells Hope that she's done chasing Ridge. That near death gave her clarity. That maybe love sometimes means letting go. The public is floored. Fans of the bold and the beautiful know Brooke as a fighter, especially when it comes to Ridge. But this time, she doesn't fight. She forgives. She steps aside. And the community is shaken, not by drama, but by compassion. For once, the war isn't continuing. It's paused by grace. But the question still lingers, will Taylor remember? If she does, what happens then? Will she relapse? Will she blame herself? Will she remember the rooftop and pulling Brooke over the edge? And what about Ridge? Will he go back to Taylor and play the husband she believes he still is? Will he stay away and risk fracturing her fragile psyche? Or will he try to be there for both women, walking a razor's edge that could slice his world apart? The medical crisis may be over, but the emotional fallout has only just begun. Brooke's recovery reveals her strength. Taylor's amnesia exposes her vulnerability. And Ridge is caught between past and future, love and guilt, truth and illusion. The triangle is no longer just about romance. It's about memory, mercy, and the fragile threads holding a family together. In the coming weeks, choices will be made. Secrets will be kept. And when Taylor's memory finally returns, as it inevitably will, the consequences will be irreversible. The bold and the beautiful has always thrived on love stories. But now, it's telling one that cuts deeper. One about who we are when everything we know falls apart. And as Ridge stands between two hospital beds, one woman asking him to walk away, the other calling him home, He realizes this may be the last time he gets to choose. And no matter what he decides, someone's heart is going to break.